I think we're looking from an analytics perspective at how that layer that we're embedding in is working. I don't think we have all the answers today, but we know it's really important and there's convergence, and it's really vital to creating an engaging mobile experience. So they've kind of built on a lark and launched quickly at South by this app called Play. And we were less concerned about how successful the app was, and more just sort of as a social music app, what people were doing and how well it was working. And we've taken that knowledge in a very sort of entrepreneurial sense and tried to apply the lessons into some of the more flagship AOL brands. Like Patch right now, we're trying to just overhaul their app. You've heard of Patch, it's our hyper-local play. And so we're trying to basically make that a much more social experience. I think other ways that we're using social data, sort of standard, watching the standard channels, understanding are people liking us, disliking us, what's the consumer perception of AOL products. And I think on a related note, we're looking at social as a driver of organic growth, and whether that's working for our products or not. I think if your users are your best marketers, then you're doing something right as a product team.
Research tells us in the television space that the whole second screen experience, which is probably a buzzword you guys have all heard or starting to hear more and more, is becoming very important to our consumers. So the idea of having an application on your iPad or on your smartphone that complements the television watching broadcast experience is becoming more and more important to us in helping us to monetize our content more effectively, and it's becoming more and more important to the consumer value proposition and creating that those great consumer experiences. And analytics obviously help us to optimize those products as we launch them. So for instance, we have an ad lab that enables us to survey our consumers as they use these apps.
No, but really, we do hear that from a lot of agencies, and frankly, I hear that from a lot of brands as well. We want to revolutionize the business of X. Let's have an app. We want to reach teens. Let's have an app. We want to sell more Coke. Let's have an app. The reality is twofold. So number one is that evangelism piece and education piece. I have to help these brands to understand that, particularly as Coca-Cola as a brand, consumers have to have a reason to engage with us, and they have to have a reason to engage with an app. So one example of an app that we've built out that has been moderately successful has been our Coca-Cola Push Plus Play app that was built by T3. And it's essentially a game, a Simon game, memory game, and the express purpose of that app is to help consumers to understand what the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine and experience is, and then locate one near them. So that's an example of we've taken our business goals of driving consumption on the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine and building an app around it.
And I think they go to the default, we'll just build an app because it's the sexy thing that everyone is talking about. But many of the lead advertising agencies don't really understand mobile either. And we depend on them to bring us all the cutting edge ideas, but the reality is that it may not be coming from there. And they need education just like we need it as well. So, and I'm sure Michael is happy to hear that. So we need to really look at that, whether it's analytics, understanding the different tactics. We all need to kind of learn in this space together, and it's not just marketers, it's our lead agencies as well, and realize that they may be more nascent in this category than even you are. So really challenge them to think different.